Good morning, everybody. We have something pretty exciting for you today. This is like where farming meets adrenaline rush. Great, and Laura on the road again, but actually in the air again. We're heading.
Nestled in the heart of Nebraska, 24-year-old Laura Wilson carries on a 5-generation family farming legacy. Born into the Carlson family, her life has been shaped by the land, the machinery, and the steady rhythms of rural life. But Laura has taken that tradition a step further, blending hands-on farming with the digital world. Through her YouTube channel, Laura Farms, she shares the daily realities of running a large farm with over 500,000 subscribers, turning hard work into lessons in resilience, creativity, and adaptability. Her videos are more than just farm updates. They are personal stories of life on the land. Fans connect with Laura for her relatable, down-to-earth approach as she works alongside her husband, Grant, and family members including her father, Cale Carlson, mother, Megan Nelson, and siblings Ethan, Amanda, Adam, and David. Her story is one of preparation meeting opportunity, showing how modern farmers balance legacy, entrepreneurship, and visibility in an era where the internet intersects with rural life. Laura Wilson was born on May 11, 2001, in Marquette, Nebraska, a small village within south-central Nebraska's agricultural corridor. Her life began on land that had already carried more than a century of family history. As a 5th-generation farmer, she descends from Swedish immigrants who arrived in Nebraska in 1910 and settled in Hamilton County under the Homestead Act. That decision laid the groundwork for Carlson Farms, the operation that would come to define her family's livelihood and values. The early years of the farm relied on modest equipment, including early John Deere tractors, and demanded resilience in the face of unpredictable weather, fluctuating markets, and the isolation of rural life. Across generations, Carlson Farms expanded steadily rather than rapidly, shaped by necessity and stewardship rather than speculative growth. A major period of transformation came under the leadership of Laura's grandfather, Kurt Carlson, widely known as Papa Kurt. After serving as a Seabee in the Vietnam War, he returned home with technical expertise and a disciplined approach to infrastructure. In the late 1980s, he expanded the operation beyond row crops by introducing hog production and later cattle, strengthening the farm's economic resilience. Papa Kurt became a central figure in Laura's life, offering mentorship that extended beyond farming mechanics into values of responsibility, creativity, and long-term thinking. Laura's childhood reflected the rhythms of rural Nebraska life. Farm work existed alongside school, athletics, and community obligations. She participated in daily chores and seasonal labor, including detasseling corn, a physically demanding task common to youth in seed corn regions. While these experiences grounded her understanding of agricultural labor, her early ambitions were not narrowly focused on farming. She invested heavily in academics and competitive sports, which reinforced discipline, goal setting, and tolerance for pressure. Her entrepreneurial instincts emerged early. At 13, Laura began building her own cow herd, not as a symbolic gesture, but as a practical exercise in ownership, accountability, and cost management. Still, farming remained one of several possible futures rather than an inevitability. During her teenage years, she treated farm labor as responsibility rather than destiny, viewing education as a tool for flexibility and long-term opportunity. That perspective shaped her academic path. Laura pursued a degree in business administration and management, equipping herself with financial literacy, accounting fundamentals, and risk assessment skills that would later prove essential. She approached farming as a business enterprise rather than a lifestyle alone, understanding that modern agriculture demands strategic planning, debt management, and operational efficiency alongside physical labor. Laura even briefly considered a very different path, joining the United States Army. She was drawn to the idea of serving her country and embracing a disciplined, purpose-driven life. That same sense of responsibility and long-term commitment would later shape her approach to agriculture. In the end, she decided her greatest impact would come from returning home and supporting her family's Carlson Farms. The defining shift in Laura's life came in 2020 amid the upheaval of the COVID-19 pandemic. With schools closed and traditional work disrupted, she returned home and fully committed to farming. That year, she leased about 160 acres from her father, Cale Carlson, and her grandfather, stepping into independent production. The decision carried real financial risk. She secured a $100,000 operating loan from the USDA Farm Service Agency at an interest rate of 1.375% to cover seed, fertilizer, fuel, and equipment leasing costs. Laura's move into social media began on Twitter, hosting the Ag of the World account. She shared daily farm life, machinery, and routines with clarity and authenticity. One video filmed inside a tractor cab went viral, capturing attention far beyond the agricultural community. Buoyed by that success, she launched the Laura Farms YouTube channel, documenting farm life in depth and offering viewers an honest look at the daily decisions, challenges, and rewards of modern agriculture. Over time, her consistency and transparency cultivated a loyal audience. Today, her channel has over 521,000 subscribers and 131 million views, cementing her as a leading voice in contemporary farming media. Her first year illustrated a reality often obscured from public view. Laura successfully repaid the loan and covered all expenses, yet finished the season with virtually no net profit. Rather than framing this as failure, she documented it transparently, explaining the break-even nature of early-stage farming. That openness would later become a cornerstone of her public credibility. During the same period, Laura began recording informal videos of her daily work. Initially intended to keep friends and family connected while travel remained restricted, these recordings gradually evolved into structured documentation. Filmed primarily on a phone without professional production, the content focused on planting, harvest logistics, equipment maintenance, and problem-solving under real financial constraints. A video highlighting the scale and cost of modern harvesting equipment captured widespread attention, revealing public curiosity about the infrastructure behind food production. The Laura Farms YouTube channel grew through consistency rather than spectacle. Viewers returned because the content was practical, unscripted, and educational without being simplified. By 2021, the channel surpassed 100,000 subscribers. By late 2025, it had grown to over 700,000 subscribers, with cumulative views exceeding 500 million across platforms. Laura became recognized not only as a content creator, but as a credible agricultural communicator. Her influence extended beyond digital metrics. Laura was featured in agricultural publications such as Irrigation Today and Midwest Messenger, and appeared at major industry events including Husker Harvest Days and the Farmer to Farmer Conference in Omaha. These appearances positioned her as a bridge between traditional producers and non-rural audiences, capable of communicating complex agricultural realities in accessible terms. Parallel to her professional development, Laura's personal life evolved through her partnership with Grant Wilson, a sixth-generation Nebraska farmer. The two met in 2016 during a CRC travel program in Canada, bonding over shared agricultural backgrounds and outdoor interests. Their relationship matured alongside their careers, rooted in mutual respect for labor and long-term planning. They became engaged in August 2020 and married in December of that year in Central City, Nebraska. Together, Laura and Grant manage irrigated corn and soybean acres in Hamilton County, sharing labor, machinery, and strategic planning. While operations are collaborative, Laura Farms remains a distinct brand identity. Their household also includes two dogs, Baxter and Cooper, who appear frequently in Laura's content, adding a personal dimension without shifting the channel's focus away from agriculture. Financially, Laura Farms operates on a dual revenue model. Traditional income is derived from commodity crop production, subject to weather and market volatility. Digital income provides diversification through YouTube AdSense, long-term sponsorships with agricultural and infrastructure companies, merchandise sales through bunker branding, affiliate partnerships, and public speaking engagements. During peak periods, monthly YouTube earnings have been estimated between $10,000 and $20,000, contributing to an estimated net worth ranging from several $100,000 to over $2 million depending on asset valuation. Land ownership has remained a strategic priority. Between 2022 and 2024, Laura and Grant acquired 80 acres for approximately $850,000, assuming substantial annual debt service while securing long-term control over productive land. This purchase followed earlier steps, including Laura's management of smaller personally operated acreage, reflecting a gradual expansion model rather than aggressive consolidation. Modern agriculture's capital intensity is reflected in the equipment featured on the farm. The operation relies on high-value machinery including combines, specialized corn heads, tractors, grain carts, and transport vehicles, much of it financed and shared across family operations. Laura has also documented experimental technologies such as remote-controlled tractors, emphasizing both innovation and cost awareness. In November 2023, Laura experienced a significant personal loss with the passing of her grandfather, Papa Kurt, after a prolonged battle with mesothelioma diagnosed in 2021. His death marked the end of a generational chapter for Carlson Farms. Laura addressed the loss publicly in a video titled, "The Farm Will Never Be the Same," outlining both emotional and operational adjustments required in the absence of a foundational mentor. Despite the loss, she continued production and content creation, reinforcing continuity rather than retreat. Beyond farming, Laura expanded her presence within broader creator communities. She participated in Matt's Off-Road Games in 2024 and returned in 2025, competing alongside established off-road creators and receiving the Fan Favorite Award. These appearances showcase the transferable resilience developed through farming, while broadening her audience beyond agriculture. Community engagement has remained central to her work. Laura partnered with Nationwide to promote grain bin safety, using her platform to address occupational risk. She also documented the purchase and restoration of equipment from a late neighbor's farm, including a John Deere 3010 diesel tractor used during the neighbor's final harvest, reinforcing themes of continuity and respect within rural communities. Through laurafarms.com, she maintains a direct relationship with her audience, offering merchandise, newsletters, and operational updates. Offline, Laura and Grant continue to live and work in Hamilton County, Nebraska, near land that has defined their family for generations. As of late 2025, Laura Wilson holds a unique place in modern agriculture. Her approach blends traditional land stewardship with formal business training, transparent financial practices, and savvy digital communication. Rather than departing from farming's roots, Laura Farms extends them into a public, accountable, and tech-integrated future, showing how agriculture can thrive while remaining visible in a rapidly evolving world. In addition to managing day-to-day farm operations, Laura has explored creative side projects. She produces a popular Will It Start series, in which she attempts to revive abandoned vehicles, combining mechanical skill with storytelling that resonates with viewers.